Hi, we are Group 5 and we're going to review a book entitled Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Dr. Carl S. Dweck. In Chapter 1, The Mindsets. Mindset, according to Dweck, everyone has a role model, someone who pointed the way at a critical moment in their lives. He believed that human qualities were carved in stone. You were smart or you weren't, and failure meant you weren't. It was the simple. If you could arrange successes and avoid failures, you could stay smart. Struggles, mistakes, perseverance were just not part of this picture. Why do people differ? A few modern philosophers assert that an individual's intelligence is a fixed quantity, a quantity which cannot be increased. Today, most experts agree that it is not either or. It's not nature nor nurture, genes or environment. From conception on, there's a constant give and take between the two. Scientists are learning that people have more capacity for lifelong learning and brain development than they ever thought. To determine everyone's intelligence, IQ test was invented by Alfred Binet. This test was designed to identify children who were not profiting from the Paris public schools, so that new educational programs could be designed to get them back on track. Without denying individual differences in children's intellects, he believed that education and practice could bring about fundamental changes in intelligence. A view from two mindsets. You don't have to have one mindset or other to be upset. Who wouldn't be? Things like a poor grade or a rebuff from a friend or loved one, these are not fun events. No one was smacking their lips with relish. Yet, those people with a growth mindset were not labeling themselves and throwing out their hands. Even though they felt distressed, they were ready to take the risk, confront the challenges, and keep working at them. In Chapter 2, we're going to tackle what's inside the mindset. When you enter a mindset, you enter a new world. In one world, the world of fixed traits, success is about proving you're smart or talented, validating yourself. In the other, the world of changing qualities, it's about stretching yourself to learn something new, developing yourself. You have a choices. Mindset are just beliefs. They are powerful beliefs, but they are just something in your mind and you can change your mind. As you read, think about where you would like to go and which mindset will take you there. Is success about learning or proving you're smart? Children with a fixed mindset want to make sure they succeed. Smart people should always succeed. But for children with a growth mindset, success is about stretching themselves. It is about becoming smarter. Believing that a success is about learning, students with a growth mindset seized the chance, but those with a fixed mindset didn't want to expose their deficiencies. Instead, to feel smart in the short run, they were willing to put their college careers at risk. This is how fixed mindset makes people into non-learners. Mindsets change the meaning of failure. Even in the growth mindset, failure can be a painful experience, but it doesn't define you. It's a problem to be faced, dealt with, and learned from. Beyond how traumatic a setback can be in the fixed mindset, this mindset gives you no good recipe for overcoming it. Another way people with a fixed mindset try to repair their self-esteem after a failure is by assigning blame or making excuses. Mindsets change the meaning of effort. People with a growth mindset, however, believe something very different. For them, even geniuses have to work hard for their achievements. And what's so heroic? They would say about having a gift. They may appreciate endowment, but they admire effort. For no matter what your ability is, effort is what ignites that ability and turns it into accomplishment. In the growth mindset, it's almost inconceivable to watch something badly, to think you have a chance to achieve it and then do nothing about it.
Chapter 5: Business Mindset and Leadership. Enron and the Talent Mindset. It was mindset according to Malcolm Gladwell, writing in the New Yorker. American corporation had become obsessed with talent. As Gladwell writes, this talent mindset is the new orthodoxy of American management. Gladwell concludes that when people live in an environment that esteems them for their innate talent, they have grave difficulty with their image is threatened. Organizations that grow. Jim Collins set out to discover what made some companies move from being good to being great. Collins reports that Alan Warzel, the CEO of the giant electronics chain Circuit City, held debates in his boardroom. Warzel considered himself a flow horse, a hardworking, nonsense, normal kind of guy, but he took a company that was so close to bankruptcy and over the next 15 years turned into one that delivered the highest total return to its stockholders of any firm on the New York Stock Exchange. A study of mindset and management decisions. Robert Wood and Albert Bandura did a fascinating study with the great students in business whom had management experience. In their study, they created Enron-type manager and Warsaw-type managers by putting people into different mindsets. The researcher divided the business students into two groups. One group was fixed mindset. They were told that the task measured their basic underlying capabilities. The other group was given a growth mindset. They were told that management skills were developed through practice and that the task would give them an opportunity to cultivate these skills. Leadership and the fixed mindset. Fixed mindset leaders live in a world where some people are superior and some are inferior. They must repeatedly affirm that they are superior, and the company is simply a platform for this. Study of group processes. Researcher Robert Wood and his colleagues did another great study. This time they created management group, 30 groups with 3 people each. Half of groups had 3 people with the fixed mindset and the half had 3 people with the growth mindset. The fixed and growth mindsets group started with same ability, but as time went on, growth mindset group clearly outperformed the fixed mindset ones. Groupthink versus weighting. In early 1970, Irving Janis popularized the term groupthink. It's when everyone in a group starts thinking alike. Groupthink can also happen when a fixed mindset leader punishes the
relationships, mindset in love or not. Going down the road that leads to disappointment, heartbreaks and rejections leave some people scared and afraid to form satisfying relationships while others heal and move forward. Why? It's simply because of their mindset. Those with the fixed mindset felt judged by the rejection. The rejection made them feel labeled as unlovable. With no hope of healing at all, they probably seek revenge, being the only way they can obtain the redemption they seek. They feel they do not measure up in self-worth when someone disappoints them. For the growth-minded individuals, it's more about understanding, forgiving, and moving on with life. They don't feel branded by the rejection at all. In telling her story, Nicole Contos with a growth mindset never used the word humiliated, even though she had suffered a great disappointment when the groom failed to appear in front of the Archbishop and her well-wishers on her wedding day. Another awkward issue equal to mind reading is thinking that you and your partner must agree on everything. People with a fixed mindset often run the risk of making this very costly assumption or enforcing this as a standard in their relationships. Conflicts are products of great relationships, they are usually resolved along the way too. With a fixed mindset, people usually attribute their shortcomings to character flaws, making it tougher for them to own up, apologize, and turn a new leaf. As a result of these excuses, the partners will not want to confront each other over bad behaviors. Assigning blame on the other party is also very easy for people with a fixed mindset. There is always someone responsible for everything wrong in their lives and the relationship as well. The growth mindset creates room for people to look within and understand who is truly at fault when the need arises. While in friendships, those with the growth mindset remain committed to enhancing the potentials of others. Their interactions are not harmed by shyness, unlike people with a fixed mindset. Shyness takes control for people in the latter category, keeping them out of touch with new people. Great relationships aren't products of magic but the rightful mindset and committed partners.
Chapter 7: Parents, Teacher, and Coaches. Where do mindset comes from? Parent, a father or a mother, the one who begets or one who gives birth to or nurture and raise a child and play the role of guardian. The parent want to see their children achieve their goal and become successful. But every word and action send a message. It tells children or students how to think about themselves. If the parents say success means they're smart, then failure means they're dumb. That the fixed mindset. That the child thinks if he make a mistake, he was a failure that lost their confidence and self-esteem. But if the parents say failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success, that the growth mindset, that the child will not afraid to fail because it can learn from their failure and do what it takes to succeed in the future. Teacher. A teacher is a person who helps students to acquire knowledge, competence, or virtue. The mindset of an educator to lowering their standard will student success, experience boost their self-esteem and raise their achievement. But fixed-minded teachers often think of themselves as finished product. A great teacher teach a student how to reach a standard and it causes some student to struggle with their studying and got pressure because we don't know how to do it. He fail and think he left behind the other. When student don't know how to do something and other do, gap seems unbridgeable. Some educator try to assure their student that they're just fine as they are. Growth-minded teacher tells students the truth and then give them some advice and tools to close the gap. And last, coaches. A person who teach and train an athlete or a performer. Every coach has an ability to improve the skill of an athlete or performer and take the team into a victory. But some coaches are incapable of accepting failure. That's fixed mindset. Every fit was personal. Failure on any level but destroyed him, especially failure in coaching, because it was coaching that gave him his identity, made him special, and set him apart. A growth-minded coach was capable of accepting failure and give all players equality. Win or loss not define the happiness and unity of the team, because it's defined how will you enjoy the game or the performance you will do. Failure is a part of success that lead the team into the victory.
The first section of final chapter of Mindset is about the nature of change. Dweck reminds readers that new mindset don't replace old one. They exist side by side. The second section in chapter 8 is the Dweck Mindset Lecture. In this section, Dweck shares notes from college students who says learning about and implementing the growth mindset has changed their lives for the better. A mindset workshop, the third section in chapter 8, describes a study Dweck and her colleagues performed with fixed mindset adolescent students. Half of the students took a series of workshops and explained the growth mindset through an emphasis on how learning changed the brain. Brainology, section 4 of chapter 8, is the name of an interactive computer program Dweck and her team developed to teach students about the growth mindset. Like in-person workshop, the program teaches children about how the brain makes connection. More about change is the fifth section of chapter 8. Dweck says that changing one's mindset can be an uncomfortable and disorienting process. In section 6, opening yourself up to growth, Dweck leads readers through a series of dilemmas. She demonstrates how an individual with fixed mindset would approach the problem versus the approach used by the person with a growth mindset. The seventh section of Chapter 8, People Who Don't Want to Change, present two more dilemmas. One concern a person who thinks they are deserving of higher status, while the other examines an individual in denial about their role in the failure of a relationship. The eighth section of Chapter 8 is about changing your child's mindset. To present two more dilemmas. One is about child who puts in too little effort. The other is about one who puts in too much effort. The ninth section of Chapter 8 is about mindset and willpower. To excess relying on willpower to lose weight or control emotional reaction is a byproduct of a fixed mindset. Section 10 of Chapter 8 is about maintaining change. To excess, one of the common mistakes in changing habit is that people drop the new habit once it corrects their old issue. They revert to old habits and the issues that crop up may be more severe than before. Section 11 of Chapter 8 describes the journey to a true growth mindset. Dweck lays out 4 steps readers can take to develop a new growth mindset. Embrace the fixed mindset. Everyone has one. Don't be afraid of it. Become aware of situation that trigger a fixed mindset. Section 12, Chapter 8. Learn and help learn. Mindset readers to set goals for growth. It includes a graphic summary of the two mindsets with Dweck recommends readers tape to a mirror. Mindset ends with Section 13, The Road Ahead. It briefly reassures readers that change is possible even when it seems hard.